What's up, everybody? It's Russell Brunson, and welcome to the Marketing Secrets Podcast. Tonight is going to be a late night reflections episode.
So the big question is this: how are entrepreneurs like us, who didn't cheat and take on venture capital, who are spending money from our own pockets, how do we market in a way that lets us get our products and our services and the things that we believe in out to the world and yet still remain profitable? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Russell Brunson, and welcome to Marketing Secrets.
All right, so I don't know if that's really a thing, a reflection episode, but it has been the last 24 hours of my life has been insane, and I learned some really good lessons along the way, and yeah, so I just want to sit here and talk it out with you guys if you don't mind. Hopefully you'll get something out of it. So some of the backstory, we are in November, for those who are watching or listening to this later, and it's almost Thanksgiving. It's about a week away, and it's been interesting working on a lot of really neat, amazing projects and some things that I feel are part of, I don't know, it sounds like cliche, but like part of my mission in this life. It's not building, well, it is indirectly, well, it is building funnels, but it's for who we're building them for and how we're doing it and what we're trying to accomplish with it. And it's things that are really, really good in life. And what's interesting, I know that everyone listening has got different beliefs, but what's interesting is whenever you try to do something good, the adversary, you can call it whatever you want, fights against it. And as I was starting this project with this group that we believe in and started kind of moving down this path, I was warned by a lot of people who were in this project saying, as you start trying to move forward towards this thing, the adversary, whatever you want to call it, is going to fight against you. And I was like, okay, bring it on. And it's crazy because I'm starting to see, maybe it's not, maybe it's just in my mind, but as we're moving towards this thing, I'm just noticing a lot more stuff happening. So the last 24 hours is crazy. So right now I think it's 11 o'clock at night. Just got my kids to bed. And about probably 26 hours ago, it's a little longer than a day, 24, 25 hours, whatever it was, a little bit over a day ago, I just got into bed as well. And it was just a normal night. I was going to be staying up late and working because my wife had just left at Disneyland yesterday. She's out with her girly friends doing Disneyland. And so I was like, cool, I got some time to work and catch up on some projects. And I was going to start on them. And about that time, got the kids down and I was about to come and start working. I got a text message from Melanie saying, hey, this weird thing's happening. And it's kind of cool. Someone from my inner circle saw something where basically lawsuits was going to be filed against us. And they'd seen it ahead of time. We got spies everywhere around the world. Anyway, so we looked at it, and it was basically, it was a kind of violation. It was basically somebody had gotten, we found out later now, it's been 24 hours, but it was a text message that they'd gotten that they said that they did not want to receive from us. So instead of just being like a normal human being and just being like, oh, I don't want to receive this text message, this person is filing this huge lawsuit against us. It's crazy. And so we got the name and the number and all sorts of stuff. It's crazy. Somebody signed up for Clickfunnels with like a fake credit card. So it wasn't even a real credit card, right? Logged in twice, never logged in again. Their credit card failed. And so our system, when your credit card fails, when you log into Clickfunnels, there's a little thing saying, hey, if your credit card fails, would you like us to text you? If so, what number? If you type a number, right? And so the credit card failed. So text them saying, hey, we don't want your websites to go down. You should log in your Clickfunnels account and you should upgrade your, add your credit card so you don't lose your websites. We sent 2 text messages. This is like 2 or 3 months ago. So this person, it's insane, gets these text messages and files a lawsuit against us. A lawsuit, for crying out loud. From irreparable damages, and also like on and on and on and on, like just nuts. So it's funny because I always heard about frivolous lawsuits, and it's just like, I always thought those were like, I couldn't fathom those were a real thing, that human beings were like that. But it's just like, I'm seeing it right now, I'm like, holy crap. And it's funny because like, it's interesting, like, when you don't have money, you're always like, oh, if I just had money, all my problems would go away. I got bad news for you guys. The problems don't go away. They just turn into different problems, more annoying problems, where literally people are like shooting at you and attacking you all the time. Like, it's nuts. So I get that text message, or I get that message about that. So we're trying to do some research and I try to figure that out. I'm like, I can't think about it tonight. I got too much stuff to do. So let's kind of put it on the back burner. Sat down on the computer right there is my work computer where the Expert Secrets book was written. Sit down at the work computer, check my email, and there's 2 emails. The first email is from this organization we're working with to try to do a lot of good in the world and save a lot of kids' lives, and just this thing that we're moving forward on, trying to, do the ultimate good. And then the email that came in like literally like a minute, either I can't remember before or after that one, from this other person. And I'm not going to tell the backstory behind this because it's not important. But from a person who I dealt with like 3 years ago, this huge email. I haven't heard from him over a year. Huge email talking to like going on about how they're going to sue me for all these crazy things. And I'm just like, I don't even know how to handle this right now. Like, it was just crazy. And so I did the best I can handle it, and I'm like, I gotta get some of my mind, so I get some stuff done. So I was up till 2 o'clock last night working, passed out, and kids were up this morning at like 6. Man, so I got 4 hours. 4 hours of sleep last night. Got up and got the kids ready because my wife's gone, and luckily I have help. A nanny that comes and helps get the kids out the door and everything to school. And then head in the office and have a ton of stuff going on, obviously. Trying to coordinate, so much stuff. I wish I could, if you just had a glimpse at all the stuff we're doing at once, I don't think people would believe it, but there's a lot happening, obviously. It happens when you're trying to change the world, right? It was fun. We did a podcast with Nathan Lacka, The Top. If you've ever heard his podcast, it's really, really good. And I did a podcast 18 months ago with them. We did another one, follow up one now. So we're 5x where we were at 18 months ago, which is insane. It was just really cool because it was like recapping all the positive growth and what we're doing. And it was cool. One of the questions he asked in the end, he's like, most business owners reinvest their profits back in their company. That's where they get the highest return on investment, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, where do you invest your money, Russell? And I kind of laughed. I was like, we reinvest money back in the company. But, for me, I just started a business to reinvest the money back in the company. He's like, so what is it? Real estate, is it? Where are you investing your money? I'm like, no, I'm not investing in anything. Like, I'm investing in my kids and my family. I was like, right now, we have a 1.5 acre, 2 acre lot next to our house that was just kind of full of weeds. So this summer, we knocked down all the weeds and we put in a full AstroTurf baseball/soccer field. We put in 9 underground trampolines, a volleyball court, a baseball field, a full basketball court, and a track that wraps the whole thing. Because I'm investing my money back into my kids. Like, I want to spend weekends and nights with my kids playing games. Like, that's why I got into business. Like, the cash flow is nice, but like, that's what I'm reinvesting my profits back into. Anyway, so it was kind of just a fun answer because I'm sure that most people on business podcasts don't think that way. They think about, anyway, whatever real business people think about, right? Anyway, so that was kind of fun and stuff, and then I had to deal with the issues, right? So we had to deal with this dude who got 2 text messages after he told us to text him, and he didn't update his credit card. And I started realizing, as we started learning all about the do not call list and the do not text list, all these, it's just crazy. Basically, we've brought in all these lawyers and companies, all this crap in the last all day today, which is crazy. But we found out what's interesting is like these text companies, there's 150,000 known people who, if they get a text message from you, they will file lawsuits. Like, that's all they do. So as soon as they get text once, they get blocked across like all these things. So now it's like we're tapping on these APIs, so we'll pull out all these known complainers and stuff. But it's insane. So all these guys do is they go out there and they sign up for things and wait for you to text them. That's it. Like, this is a real thing. Like, you hear about this, I always thought, like, there's no way that people are that evil. But they are. Like, this is a real thing, okay? So what's happening? It's happening to me right now. Oh, so now we got to fight this whole thing. It's just nuts. Like, time and energy and money wasted for some moron who's just going out there looking for lawsuits. Like, that's it. It's crazy. So there was number one. And then I dealt with number 2. And so about our lawyers came in, and lawyer basically, this deal from 3 years ago that I haven't heard from in over a year. The lawyer's just like shocked. Like, I can't believe we're hearing, like, it's insane. And sat down with me and went through everything again. He's just like, you guys are in the right, like 100% in the right. Like, he's like, my authority as your lawyer is that we need to go and just destroy this person and like put him out of his misery. Like, he said it nicer than that, but not much. But I was just like, so it's like I was in the meeting and everything, and then I think it was Dave or Brent or someone on my team asked me like, well, what does your gut tell you, Russell? And I was like, my gut tells me that I just need to do whatever it takes to make this go away. And I listen to my gut a lot because I don't think it's my gut. I think it's other things telling us stuff. Anyway, so and I told my lawyer that. He's just like, and it's funny because I had this really rare chance to try to learn something today. It's something I teach my kids all the time. Like my kids, will get in these arguments right with each other, and like, especially like my little like 7-year old and my 12-year old, right, or 11 and a half years old, right? They'll get these arguments about things, and the older one is like so mad because they're trying to prove they're right to the younger one. I'm like, it doesn't matter, just stop. It doesn't matter that you're right or wrong, just stop fighting. Like, please, just stop fighting. Like, but he's wrong. I'm like, I don't. It doesn't matter. Like, just it does not matter who's right and who's wrong. Like, it does not matter at all, right? And I try to teach that to my kids over and over again. Like just walk away from it. Like, just let it go. It does not matter. And it's funny because like, after we got done the whole lawyer meeting and stuff, and I wrote this person back and just said, hey, just you can introduce. Here's the lawyer. You guys can figure all the stuff out. And that person wrote back and said, can we just get on a call? And I was like, I don't want to get on this call. Like I don't I don't want to get this call. And so for me, I kneeled down and I prayed and I was just like, what should I do? And like I was like asking for help because I knew that that I wanted to be like my 12-year-old and be like, no, you're freaking wrong, and like yell at this person. But I knew that that wouldn't solve anything. It would just hurt everything. And so I prayed for humility and like prayed to know what to do and how to do it. And like, it's like I was this frustration, anger. So I picked the phone, I called this person, and I listened on the line as this person, basically starts yelling at me, telling me all these things that he thinks I've done wrong. And it's just like, at every point, like I want to just like fight back and be like, this is not true. That is not true. I prove that's not true. And like everything, I just sat there, like bit my tongue, and like I was just praying in my head, like let me know what to do, let me know how to handle this and what to do, and just sitting there and taking it. Finally, just like what, dude, what do you want? Like what's what's the real story? Like just tell me. And we talked about it, and I think we figured out a way to solve it. And it sucks. It's like my little kids, it's like legally, if you look at my lawyers, like say justice needs to be served. Like, you are in the right here. This is not your fault. And I'm looking at this from another angle, saying there's two laws, right? There's justice and there's mercy, right? And there's these two things, and legally we always want justice for everything. There's the other side of mercy, and I don't know about you, but there are things in my life where I make mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes. Man, made way too many mistakes to brag about, especially on a public forum like this. But there's times in my life when I needed mercy from people or from things, and there's times that mercy came through to me and it saved me and it helped me, and in my physical life, my spiritual life, and different things like that. And I'm just grateful for times I was extended mercy. And I think today for me was the time of just like you don't have to have perfect justice. Like, extend mercy here, and it'll make everything better. I don't know if that's always the case, but definitely was the case for me today. So that was the first two issues. And then I'm all excited because my kids have a wrestling match tonight. So this all happened by 3 o'clock today, and I had to leave to go to the wrestling match. So I'm going to the wrestling match. We get there and work with my kids because last week they kind of beat up a little bit at the tournament. So all weekend long I worked them in the wrestling room at our house, and they got them better and better and better. And they're my first, and so Dallin, my oldest, my twins, his first match, he wrestled just the perfect match. It was so awesome. Also, if we worked on this weekend, he was doing it, and it was just it was really neat and really special to see that. And he won, and it was just so exciting. And then Bowen had the next match, but it wasn't until the end of the night. So anyway, so he's warming up and goofing off and having fun, and Dallin's doing the same thing. And then Brandy, who's our nanny, she brought all of our kids, luckily, and this turned out to be a huge blessing. Brought the kids to the wrestling match. It was kind of stressful. So I'm with Nora, holding little baby Nora, and the other ones are running around and all sorts of crazy stuff. And then Bowen's getting closer to warming up, so I gave all the kids back to Brandy, and I went to the other side of the mat and started getting more Bowen all warmed up. And Dallin's there kind of goofing around because he's just between his match having fun. And he goes over to the bleachers, on the side of the bleachers, and he saw somebody jumping up, doing box jumps up on this ledge. There's a metal strip across this ledge. He sees someone doing box jumps, so he's like, I'm going to do it, because he's kind of bored sitting around. So he goes to jump and do a box jump, and he misses it. He hits right below his knee, And I should show you guys this. Those who are watching, this is like parental discretion advised. These images are kind of freaky. But if you're listening, you can't see him. But he hits his leg, comes down, he's like, oh, that hurt. And he's like, I'm fine. And I look at him, and I'm like, dude, you are not fine. It was like the deepest cut I have ever seen in my life. So if you can see this here, those who are watching online, that's his knee. Looks like you can see the bone. Like if you're listening, you can't see it, but it's, oh, like I want to throw up this looking. It's like the deepest cut ever. I looked down, I was just like, oh my gosh, like I don't know if you can see it, you can see all the way to the bone under this cut. Like it is huge. And then there's like blood just pouring everywhere, all the mats, all the thing, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'll just keep showing pictures, and I'm kind of doing this. Ugh. I'm like, I don't know what to do or even how to handle this. Like, this is, yeah. And so, I'm kind of pulling him out of the wrestling room. Like I was trying to warm up Bowen on the side of the mat, and now I'm pulling down out, and there's blood just oozing everywhere. And like, my wife's not there. I don't know what to do. There's no one like. I don't know what to do, and like I come out in the hallway, and luckily the wrestling coach, who's got some kind of medical background, I'm not sure exactly, he was there. And I'm like, oh, I need help, and he's like, oh my gosh, like yes, put him down. So he puts him down. There's more pictures. Oh, anyway, and luckily, like, cause I was kind of shocked, I didn't know what to do. So he goes and like gets he has someone go grab some gauze and stuff, and they wrap the knee up. And I was like, we gotta take him to the ER. Like, I don't know what to do. But, like, I don't want to miss Bowen's match because, like, Bowen's been training. Oh, man, look how deep that is. Oh. So anyway, Coach is luckily there, helps me wrap this thing up. And then I run over to Brandy, our nanny, who's over there. And here's Buddy in bed, laying in the hospital bed, smiling during the surgery. And there's him all stitched up at the end there. Oh. Anyway, so he's laying there. So I go and grab Brandy, who's our nanny, and I said, Downs cut his leg open, he's got to go to the ER. So she grabs all the kids and comes back, and I was like, I don't know what to do. And Bowen's trying to warm up. He's all, frazzled because of that. So me and the coach pick up Dallin, and we run him out to the car, it's like at least half a mile more to the car. Get in the car, and Brandy loads up all of our kids, plus her kids, and heads off to the ER. And then I run back in, and I'm trying to I don't have my medical cards on me, of course, because that's how I roll. So I'm trying to find medical stuff and send it to him. And then Bowen's warming up for his match, and he's all frazzled because he saw his brother bleeding to death. He's, sure his brother's going to die. His twin brother's about to die. And just like, ah. So then trying to get focused, trying to warm up, and he goes out there and wrestles. And poor little dude, like he's been trying so hard, and he's doing so much better. But he got thrown in the first 10 seconds and pinned, and he comes off just crying his eyes out. And I think he's more upset just about his brother, but just all the emotions of that, and they're little dudes right now. Oh, so I was emotional, and then trying to find Dallin's backpacks in some bleachers and Bones, getting them all out the door, and then racing over to my car, and then speeding off to get to the hospital. But I remember when we were leaving, all the kids were like, we're starving at the wrestling match. I'm like, my kids haven't eaten yet. It's like 6 o'clock, 6:30 at night. So I'm racing to the hospital, and I run off to this fast food restaurant. This is a crazy story. I'm sorry. I have no one to talk to. My wife's gone tonight, so hopefully you guys don't mind. So I raced to the gas, or to this fast food restaurant. And I order food. I'm go in the drive-thru. I'm I need 10 hamburgers and 10 drinks and a kid's milk, 'cause I got a little baby daughter. So they pull me through, and then the lady's like, hey, the manager wants to see if you guys want 10 ice cream custard ice cream things. I'm like, you know what? Yes, that'd be awesome. So we have this car full of hamburgers, ice cream, and waters, me and Bowen. We're racing back to the ER. We get there, and then find Brandy with all the kids, and I give her the keys. Go feed the kids in the car, and then I run in, and Downs in there, and he's about to start all the stuff to get his knee all cleaned up, and poor little dude, the cut was so big, and they had to get a needle to numb it, and probably shot him, I would say conservatively about 30 different shots, and he's just screaming, he was so tough. And they stitched all up, and it was just forever. And then Brandy took the kids home. We came home, did homework, and got them all to bed, and been doing homework until almost 11. Went to bed. And that's been the last 24 hours of my life. So it's been crazy. So I also just telling you guys that as a fun story. Just some of the things, some of the lessons of today, I think that I learned is, number one, whenever you are moving towards things that are good, the adversary or whatever you want to call it is going to fight against you. And that's okay. It's normal. It's what's going to happen. And I know that a lot of you guys, I know a lot of listeners are people who believe in God, who think about God, and if you're not, like, I just recommend remembering Him. There's a reason why these things happen, is I believe, to get us to remember God. So first off, remember God. Number two is there are evil people in this world, frivolous people who are just out there to steal money. And they're there, and the bigger you get, the bigger of a target you'll become. So just be aware of people and just protect yourself in as many ways as you can. We're trying to, this is putting up a whole new line of defenses for us. And so know that. Number three, know that sometimes if you want to have mercy, if you want people to have mercy on you sometimes in life, don't always fight for justice in every situation. Like, be okay letting somebody else... just be okay giving somebody else mercy sometimes, because that's the right thing to do. Even if it doesn't give you justice. It may hurt and it may suck, but if you ever want to receive justice or mercy in your life, it's worth it to give to other people. I think it's important. And then the last one, I don't know the moral story. The last one is, other than it was just a lot of stuff, and that's about it. So anyway, hope that helps you guys. Hope you learned something. Hope you got something. If not, don't worry about it. If you did, though, please share this video or this podcast with somebody you love and you care about. And I appreciate you guys listening. It's a huge honor for me to have you guys listening to the stuff that we share, and I hope that it helps. So that's what I got tonight. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate you all. Have an amazing night. We'll see you guys all again tomorrow. Bye.
Want more marketing secrets? If so, then go get your copies of my 2 best-selling books. Book number 1 is called Expert Secrets, and you can get a free copy at expertsecrets.com. And book number 2 is called .com Secrets, and you can get your free copy at .comsecrets.com. Inside these 2 books, you'll find my top 35 secrets that we've used to become the fastest growing non-VC-backed SaaS startup company in the world.